Terry, to see how that trio might gel, because if Hazard there and Bale can stay fit, we know they're world-class players, as of course is Benzema.
Of course, Andy, and I think there's no doubt in his quality. So the front three have the potential to be among the best anywhere in football.
Also on the bench today, there is a return to the substitutes bench for Dani Carvajal after a 4-month injury absence. We're underway. Real Madrid with the opening Lucas Vázquez and drifts out of play. Be interesting, Terry, to see how much Levante take the game to Real Madrid, because they are a ball-playing team who like to be progressive. They're not really the type to just sit back and try and soak up pressure.
Yeah, I think what we'll see, Andy, whatever system they play, is that they'll try to be nice and compact. So they'll all go up together. I think they'll drop back together. They won't want to leave big spaces between the lines of the departments of their team. For instance, the defence to the midfield to the front players. But I think they will be disciplined in terms when Real Madrid have possession. I won't be surprised to see a midfield five and Roger Morales getting close to Roger, but then getting nice and comfortable behind the ball.
Eden Militao developing his partnership with Nacho that we saw towards the end of last season. And at the moment, they are the centre-back pairing with David Alaba here. Probably in the longer term, Terry will go into the middle, but at the moment with Ferland Mendy out and Marcelo, he's in at the left-back, the Austrian.
Yep, I think it's certainly a player that is more than useful for Real Madrid, not just because of his quality, but because his versatility in terms of being able to play anywhere across the back pretty much, and also do a very good job in midfield.
Now, plenty of noise from the stands. Jamie, pitch side for us. Jamie, it doesn't sound like only 40% capacity. These Levante fans are really into it, and it's a special occasion for them, obviously. And we've talked about the stadium too. It really is a great venue now.
It's a really great venue, one of the best stadiums, more modern, and they haven't changed absolutely everything. They just changed the skin. I was talking to the president earlier, and he said we changed the skin of our frog. It wasn't being called for today's game, and that's quite shocking considering how many absences they have in the attacking line.
The ball back with Aitor Fernandez, the excellent Levante goalkeeper. Lovely control from Jose Campaña. It's great to have him back. A ball-playing central midfielder who missed nearly all of last season. The touch of Campaña, and Terry, Levante will be so pleased to have him back. La Liga should be pleased to have him back.
Yep, and he was one of the players I was interested to see where he was going to be playing tonight. It does look like a fight alongside Bedoya and Malera in central positions, and it does mean that Roger and Morales are a genuine front two.
So the first corner of the game goes to Levante, played short, and they don't make anything of it initially, but Carlos Clerc can now work it wide to Campaña. Morales, always dangerous from long range, but mishits that one. He's scored plenty of spectacular goals from that kind of position in the past. The all-time leading scorer in the top flight for Levante. Got one last week at Cadiz, but off the mark there. It's not too often we see him miss-hit them that badly, Terry.
No, I think we all expect, having seen him play for so many years. At the age of 34, we still expect him to be hitting the target and testing the goalkeeper, even from that angle and that range.
With either foot as well, he's such a two-footed player. As we see, Levante pressing fairly high up, trying to make it difficult for Real Madrid to play out from the back. Nacho controlling. Alaba. As Benzema races through, cuts back onto his right foot, and Gareth Bale with the fine lead. Brilliant strike from Bale.
Well, it's 1 out of 1 in terms of attacks. You can see here Alaba linking up with Hazard. When the ball goes back, the movement from Benzema is terrific. Now we're going to have to be checked by VAR, of course.
Yeah.
It's impossible for us to see there, but terrible defending from Ruben Vezzo, and you can see Benzema just gets caught up in a little wet patch in the checks back. He has a little glance, looks up and sees the excellent movement of Gareth Bale. It makes no mistake from that range.
We'll see if it stands, because as soon as Benzema the opener, nearly 2 years after his last goal in La Liga, remarkable. And here's Gonzalo Melero trying to flick it on for Morales, but too much pace on it. And so what a turnaround for Gareth Bale, Terry. We were, I think, all of us expecting when he left Real Madrid to go back to Tottenham that was probably it. That was the end of his Real Madrid career, but he ended up outlasting Zinedine Zidane, and now back with his old manager Carlo Ancelotti. He's first choice again and justifying it with that goal.
I think we should have to remember that Gareth Bale isn't a veteran. He's 32 years of age. He made 10 Premier League starts last season for Spurs and scored 11 goals, 16 goals in total. And people look back at his spell at Spurs on loan and think he barely played. So he makes goal scoring look really easy. And as I say, at the age of 32, that move just emphasises the fact, the quality that Real Madrid have in those front three. And if Ancelotti can keep them fit, can get them gelling, then you know they're an outstanding three footballers that form that wonderful attack for Real Madrid.
Great work as well by Benzema, as you highlighted, Terry, as now Morales looks to run in behind Eder Militao. Still Morales, just got it caught under his feet, and Militao standing his ground, winning the goal kick in the air by Benzema. And I think something we've been able to see on screen quite easily is how wet the pitch is. It seems to be really heavily watered. Jamie, is that something that pitch side in your position is evident as well?
Yeah, it's heavily watered, and there's one explanation. It's so hot today in Valencia. Right now it's 10 past 10 p.m. Spanish time, and it's 32 degrees Celsius. In fact, I've seen Ancelotti just before celebrating that Gareth Bale's goal. He had to take off his blazer.
Well, and that wetness on the turf we see again there as the back pass goes to Aitor. This will become less of a factor as the game goes on then with the heat. It's been a really bright start, plenty of attacking intent from both teams. Here's Fede Valverde. Could be a big season for him as well, Terry. Real Madrid's midfield is not getting younger, and Luka Modric in particular won't be able to start week in, week out. And Valverde has been a good player over the last couple of years, at times a great player, but he can take another step forward, do you feel, this season and really establish himself?
Yeah, I just think he has to continue what we've seen in the last couple of seasons. And he had a spell out on loan at Deportivo La Coruña when you suddenly thought, you know, he's got a chance of going somewhere in his career. Not at that time was we convinced it was going to be a superstar at Real Madrid, but when he went back to Real Madrid after that loan spell, you know, managers have shown faith in him, trusted him, and he's now an absolutely fantastic player.
Here's Claire getting away down the left. Eder Militao goes to meet him and gets the block that sends it behind for another corner. And apart from that thing so far, as we see confirmation that Benzema was just played onside by the left-back Carlos Claire.
I don't think either team have had control. It's a frantic opening 10 minutes to the game. Real Madrid have had one good attack, scored the goal. And that will make Levante and Aitor Fernandez in goal nervous of the threat of Real Madrid.
The threat is at the other end at the moment, with Campagna sending in the in-swing. A really poor corner, though, cleared at the near post. Back to Clerc. Campagna will have another try. And this one he overhits, so the first ball in, he didn't put enough on. The second one too much. As we see again, the goal. Lovely weight on the pass as well from Alaba. And then Benzema showing his class, as did Bale with the finish.
And also the pass from Alaba, we shouldn't underestimate the quick thinking. When it was rolled back to him by Hazard, he could have taken a touch, controlled it, then thought about to be clipped over the top of the centre-back Ruben Vezo.
It's Morales sending in the cross. It's just above Jorge de Frutos. Runs over to Miramon. He plays the 1-2 and gets the cross in, flicked on by Roger Martí. I'm not sure that's going to go out. It isn't. So it has to be dealt with by Bale, who flicks it away. Levante continuing to play positively. Are not the sort of team to sit on a 1-0 lead. There's Morales. Another poor ball from Morales. Poor, maybe a little kind to describe that.
Soldado a little bit more composed in the stand there than if he'd been in the penalty box waiting for a cross from his teammate.
Yeah, we wouldn't have appreciated that ball much. Soldado 6 weeks for Levante. Calmly done by Aitor. Anya Radoya. Very poor pass straight to Alaba. Turns back to find Nacho. Isco hasn't seen too much of the ball in the opening stages. The ball drops to Casemiro, who looks for Hazard. Miramon in position to get it back to the goalkeeper. Isco trying to control, but in keeping it in, he could only give it straight to Martí. And now De Frutos can find Morales. Roger Martí makes a run into the middle. And Isco doing well to make up for his error in conceding possession in the first place. Comes up to Benzema. Lovely touch onto Valverde, who can get running now. Loves this position, running into space. Goes on to find Hazard. Flick through. Actually, it was Lucas Vázquez, excuse me, who lost out to Campagna. And now it's to the other end we go. Fast pace continuing. Morales goes back to Campagna. Radoya. Miramon inside. Gonzalo Melero, a special game for him. He spent more than a decade on Real Madrid's books after joining them at the age of 10. Never made it to the first team. Another poor ball in from Morales. Isco gets it back to Courtois. Interesting situation with Isco, of course. Terry's in his 9th season now, and he'll certainly welcome the return of Carlo Ancelotti. Looking at the stats, Isco in those, now in his 9th season with Real Madrid. During that time, the 2 seasons where he made the most starts and played the most minutes were both under Carlo Ancelotti, the 2 seasons under Ancelotti. So he knows it's a manager who rates him and likes him and will give him opportunities, as he has done today.
Yeah, I think we just saw Isco there. He was guilty of giving the ball away, but his first reaction was to sprint back, get back in position, show some hard work, determination, and was able to regain possession, making the challenge on Morales.
Here's Vázquez. Back for Bale, who you could tell was thinking of the shot. Instead gives it to Isco. Alaba heads inside towards Benzema, trying to control with improvisation, but used his hand to do so.
Alaba getting forward there himself into the penalty area. Don't think that's the handball there. I think maybe coming up. Certainly the accidental handball if it did strike the arm of Karim Benzema.
The referee saw it as a punishable offence. And Levante will come forward now with Roger Martí. Well defended by Nacho, who I think finally, Terry, after years of being underlooked, is starting to get some credit for just how good he is.
Yeah, and he's 31 years of age now. He's been a versatile defender. It's always been a really good squad player, but I think with Sergio Ramos missing so many games last season, he was the one player that stood up to the regular challenge of playing alongside Rafael Varane. Militao came in towards the end of the season and did well as well.
And Morales with a nice touch on to Campagna, just about able to keep it in. Well challenged by Lucas Vázquez, who felt he should have had the throw, but he doesn't get it. Melero. Miramon made a run into the box on the other side, but they keep it on the left. And Morales now. Well, not been a great start from Morales. Had the mix in communication there with Clerc. We know he's a lot better than that, though.
Yeah, it did appear that they started the game with those two up front, but we've seen most of the game there. Morales is playing on that left side. Been a couple of attempts at goal that haven't been good, couple of crosses that haven't been good, but still plenty of time left in this game for Morales to have a major impact.
Radoya, a little bit of space for him to advance, finds De Frutos, who's Really dangerous running down the right flank, puts a great ball into the box as well when he gets into those positions. Here's Campagna, as it blocked by the industrious Bale. Comes back to Campagna though, and now Clerc arrows the ball in. It was a good one, but Nacho was there to prevent it reaching Melero, who does time his runs well into the penalty area from midfield. Here he is on the ball. Miramon looking for Morales. Nacho again with the solid defending, and he was caught as well by Morales.
And some players missing from Real Madrid, of course, but still some star names on the bench.
Not a bad bench, is it? Especially in those wide positions. Rodrigo, Vinicius and Marco Asensio all available. Great for Ancelotti to have Dani Carvajal back as well, although Lucas Vazquez has played so well over the last few months in that right back position that it'll be very hard to leave him out. Isco to Hazard, finding a little bit of space in the middle, but then has it taken away from him. Campagna to Melero. Tries to slide it through for Roger Martí. Eder Militao read that well and was then fouled.
Frustrated challenge from Roger Martí. He's been waiting in the box patient.
Goretzka. Well, a foul, but the advantage with Real Madrid. It did take a touch on the way through, hence a corner. They take it short. Perfect tackle. A meaty but fair challenge, and it will be a throw-in. Lovro Mayer. Gaia. Gameiro in the vicinity. What a vital intervention. Played into the centre of the box. Just far too close to the goalkeeper. Uroš Račić. In with a chance. Routine stop for Courtois. Goretzka. Hazard. Benzema. Here's Goretzka. Well, he has the measure of his opponent. It's still alive. On a time for composure on the ball. It was a very good-looking move, but alas, no end product. Racing forward, trying to catch them out. Can he make it count? Chance maybe. And the counter-attack came to nothing. Leon Goretzka.
Well, he'll be getting thumbs up all round for the goalkeeping performance, but especially for that save. Absolutely brilliant, Derek, wasn't it?
throw-ins given. Mayer, Mongala, Soler. It was an ambitious shot, and it didn't really trouble the keeper.
Oh, you'd be really surprised if he let that one in.
Gameiro. After the foul, a chance to contemplate what is next, and perhaps a goal from his free kick. And still a chance. Well, that's the end of that for now. Marco Asensio. Now Casemiro. Moving it forward. Spot on with that tackle. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. Well, they seem to be onto something positive, but it faded away. Carvajal. This is Kroos. Benzema. Hazard. Goretzka. And now here's Eden Hazard. Karim Benzema in the thick of things. Strongly fisted away. It certainly wasn't a clean tackle, and the referee has got to book him, I think. The referee has dished out a yellow card here.
Well, it's not malicious, it's just clumsy. Well, we can see the coach doesn't think that's a yellow.
The electronic board showing one additional minute. Ferro. Gameiro. Chances on. And a goal! He's doubled his total for the day in superb scoring form.
Well, we can see it again here. What a lovely inviting cross into the danger area that was. And he gets up for the header, and quite frankly, it's a lovely finish. Brilliant goal. Well, enjoy the good days as a coach. It can be a roller coaster ride, I can tell you that.
Well, the managers will now deliver their half-time team talks. We're at the end of 45 minutes in this game. Well, Karim Benzema has been a top striker for so many years, but even the best have days when it doesn't go to plan, and this has been one such day.
Well, if they don't get back into this game, his lack of real potency will be the key factor. Defenders have marked him too easily.
So the ball rolling again, and Real left with a real mountain to climb in the second half. Going about his defensive business with a minimum of fuss. Gonzalo Guedes. Sosa. Failed to keep hold of it. Toni Kroos. Attacking possibilities for Real. Asensio. Carvajal. Here's Marco Asensio. Carvajal. Here's Kroos. Kroos! Oh, a powerful effort. Close. Real difficulty keeping the ball. Well, we have a mouth-watering tussle from La Liga coming up for you here on EA TV. It's Valencia, and they'll be up against Osasuna.
Well, that should be a really interesting match-up atmosphere. I'm sure we're going to get an absolute belter, Derek.
Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. They could really get at the opposition. The break that time was excellent, not so much the finish.
Oh, it was brilliant, wasn't it? The move, the counter-attack, and then all you needed to do was finish it off, and they couldn't.
Casemiro. On to Benzema. He's knocked it forward into Azar territory. Clear foul, but a Real Madrid advantage. And it will be a free kick to Real Madrid. Substitution for Real Madrid. And deep into the penalty area. Ramos. Vinicius Junior. Chance to make a game of it here. Well, he failed to deliver that time.
Well, you can see what the manager thinks. They just haven't been clinical enough today. Valencia not had too much of the ball, really, but to their credit, they've been absolutely blistering on the counter-attack. They just sit back, hit you on the break, and it's really...
Well, the keeper making sure that was pushed well away from danger. Gonzalo Guedes, opportunity it is. Very alert defending to cut off the supply. Having won the ball back, they might be able to profit. Well, couldn't bend his run, and the flag went up. And a goal has gone in the Levante game. Alan McInally can tell us more.
It's a goal for Villarreal. 63 minutes played, 1-0.
Cheers again, Alan. Lovro Mayer. Well, we have a mouth-watering tussle from La Liga coming up for you here on EA TV. It's Real Madrid facing Sevilla.
Yeah, Derek, should be a great atmosphere there. It's one I would be tuning in for if I wasn't there with you.
And he's through here. What a vital intervention. Marco Asensio. And teammates to play it to. Casemiro. Here's Marco Asensio. Wide of the target, and he's going to be disappointed.
Disappointed? Wow, it's a shocker. He should be doing a lot better than that.